3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. Here is today's comic, or one of them. I'm going to do a special triple feature. Martian Manhunter, issue 5, 6, and 7. I've been behind on this series. I don't know why, but you know, I do know why. I got so many comics. I do the freaking YouTubes. The YouTubes take up a shit ton of time. Let me tell you. Pardon my language. Hopefully no one's bothered by language. I try not to cuss. I personally don't have a problem with cussing. I think I don't want to sound like a potty mouth. I don't like that. And I don't want to make anyone else not enjoy content. But I have this personal thing that words are just words. They're just sounds. We associate connotation with the sounds. For an example, the word bloody. If I say bloody, right, it doesn't bother you. But bloody is actually a foul word over in the UK, right? So they associate that word as something bad, but it's just a sound. It just sounds that come in your mouth. You don't have to be. Anyways, that's my feeling on it. I do cuss sometimes. Apologize. I will try to keep it PG-13. But if anyone has any issues with it, if you say, man, Ash, please tone down your cussing, let me know. If it's bothering you, I'll try to make extra efforts. I'm really not. That's just how I feel, so I'm just trying to be natural. Anyways, what I was saying about these videos take up a long time. I don't know how people like my boy Wes over at Thinking Critical, they do like more professional videos that are edited and scripted and all this stuff, and it comes out better than my videos, but they put in a lot of work. My videos alone, I mean, you think about the shoot time, right? You're watching it live, so if I'm not doing any cuts or anything, it's just a straight through shot. My videos are anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes, so let's say it's a half-hour video. Well, I spent a half hour shooting the video. Then I edit it on my phone, do all the little bits and things add on the beginning and the end and fade to black and all that stuff. And that takes usually 10 minutes. And then you have to save, render it and save it as a single vid file. That usually takes equivalent to the length of time to shoot the video. So if it's a 30-minute video, it takes about 30 minutes to save. So now you're just doubling the time, a little more than doubling the time. Then you've got the upload time to YouTube. Then you've got, making the thumbnail and all that stuff. So usually, on average, it's triple the time. So if I make a 30-minute video, I spend about an hour and a half working on making it happen for you. But then, oftentimes, I'll do it in piecemeal. So I'll shoot it, and then as it's saving, I'll get involved in something, because I don't want to just sit here and watch my phone for 30 minutes while it's saving. So I'll go do something else, get on Twitter, and then I lose track of time. So then I might spend an hour on Twitter, and oh shoot, I forgot my video. So all in all, even though I didn't put in only put an hour and a half of work in it, I ended up it might sometimes take me 3 hours to get the video done because of just all the delays and stuff. Anyways, you didn't want to hear any of that, but Stan's here, Forky's here as always. Martian Manhunter, I'm way behind. Look at this cool cover. You must answer for your crimes of Mars, Martian Manhunters. This book is cool. A lot of people, shut up, Naomi. A lot of people can't stand the art, and I can understand why, right? If you're a person who reads comics for kick-ass art, it's probably not the book for you. But if you're a person who really can tune out the art and just focus on a super good narrative, then maybe this book is for you. This is essentially Martian Manhunter Year 1, or more appropriately, just the origin. It's the origin of Manhunter plus the Year 1 story, right? It's its first being Martian Manhunter. So here we are on Mars, and these are some of the parts of the book I really love. And this is Riley Rossmo, or whatever the artist, excels at. His vision of the Martians, because they're all these amorphous, amoeba, shape-changing things, his art really lends itself really well to. But when he's drawing humans, it fails. Now, John, and I don't even know how to, someone in the comments, please tell me how to pronounce John's, is it Jayon Jones? Or is it Jayon Jones? Or is it just John Jones? I've never heard it pronounced correctly. So I'm just calling him John Jones because that's the alias that he picked up, the human alias. Okay. So, but someone please tell me, Eric Breen, what do I pay you for? Put down those Milky Ways and answer in the comments. Look at this cool, sinister face. This is Charn. I like the name. I like the look. And so Martian Manhunter now has just discovered that he's not the last Martian, and that this guy he was part of imprisoning a long time ago, and it was like thousands of years. Because remember, Martian Manhunter was warped basically into the future, and so many thousands of years have gone by since his past. He's kind of like a Steve Rogers hyper thing, It's like he missed all that time. But this character, Charn, has been alive the whole time, and he's remembered. And they give you this origin. He explains here in the villainous monologue as he's affecting the hero. He talks about how the telepathic abilities of the Martians increase. It is they keep developing. They never stop. So this guy has got thousands of years of development of his psychic abilities over. So, basically John Johns is just a complete novice to this. This guy's a master. So even John John's telepathic abilities just pale in comparison. So all this is happening right now in John John's mind, but he doesn't know. Meanwhile, we got Diane Mead, his partner. She's on a case. They're trying to find this missing girl, and there's this whole story where she's found out that he's an alien. She's horrified by it, and this is kind of where his art, Riley Rossmo's art, comes into play, because he draws these people. So look at this. You would be horrified if you saw something like this. Like, you wouldn't just be like, "Hey, you're a cool Martian." When you see Martian Manhunter in his traditional sense, he just looks like a green man in a skin-tight suit. You can kind of be more accepting. He doesn't look that alien. He looks, Star Trek alien. But this is this is really alien. You would just shit your pants. So it makes her reactions to him so much better. And John's trying to cope with it. He's trying to be a new guy. He's got so much weight on his shoulders. He was a bad cop. He wasn't really a terrible person. He was kind of a corrupt cop. He did some bad things on the side, all to try to help his family. He wasn't a good guy by any means, but he's not like a villain. He just was corrupted a little bit, and he took some pay cut. He did some shady things, and it cost him everything. Cost Mars, cost his family, and now he's a guy who's living in remorse, and he just wants this guy, the character he inhabited, John Jones, was this good cop and everything, and he's trying to live. He's hiding his identity. He's trying to become this example of this character, and it's a really cool story. Here he is trying to contact his partner Diane. She doesn't want anything to do with him. And of course, because modern day comics, she's a lesbian, she's a total butch. And we get this scene that I didn't really care for about, there's a dinner date, and look at that, and we're gonna scissor, and blah blah. That's whatever. Anyways, John, back to our hero. After his ordeal, he's sitting in an ice bath trying to get over things, and he realizes he needs to confess and tell the story to his partner and come clean. So then we get to issue 6, and this is my favorite issue so far. They go to a diner. I don't know why you go to a diner to this. Mead? Jones? You said you had something to tell me. Here I am, John. I have a confession to make, Diane. The Martian Manhunter is not a hero. Not yet. Then what is he? Something to hide. So we go back. Martians call their world Ma'alekandra. I hope I'm pronouncing them close. Before Horonmir's curse. And so there's a lovemaking with his wife. It's all bizarro, weirdo, like they meld literally. But it's a cool scene because there's some intimate dialogue here and about how he loves his wife and all these things. And this is them. Yeah, they make a baby, and out comes little squirt. They call it Florette. She's beautiful. You were right. Look at her, a perfect little Florette. And then the world starts burning. So this is what was happening. The Hronmir's curse or whatever. They get some infection in the mind stream that everyone's connected to, and they kind of have to cut themselves off. And that's the whole thing. John's like, I got a plan, and he's been kind of doing some of the shady dealing with the underworld, because if you do a comparison to Jor-El, Jor-El was like, look, our planet's going to go to hell. We got to say it. No one would listen to him. John Jones was not a scientist, but he knew some things based on his elite status as a manhunter and being able to see the underbelly of Mars and all this stuff. He knew there were these problems, and that there was cover-ups, and that this curse was spreading, and the civilization of Martians were in danger. But no one would really listen. It was all kept secret. So he kind of made these underhanded deals with the underworld so he could protect his family. He didn't know what else to do. So he's trying to escape. They're not getting out, and everyone's, getting in the curse. You can see the curse is taking over. People are freaking out. And the wife and the kid don't really understand. John, don't you hear them? Those are manhunters. They need help. The thoughts are getting on us. We have to do something. And John's just like determined, no, we're burning. I just did. Voiced words? You cut us off from the thought stream. You're leaving them. But you always say speaking voice isn't allowed. It won't be for long, I promise. Those poor people, they have bad thoughts. And, everyone's just, the world's just burning around them. And it's just like, she thinks of her husband as this good guy, as a manhunter, and she doesn't understand. After you've hidden your hermitage is sort of like your private place that everyone has, because the Martians have like this thought stream, and they kind of connect, but the hermitage is a part of your thoughts that you keep reserved privately that you can have for yourself. And then, if you find a wife or whatever, you can open your hermitage and share that intimacy. But he kept his hidden, and he said he kind of used the cover that he had to because of like the shit that he sees as a manhunter, and he doesn't want to expose them to it and everything. But he also used that to hide his true intentions, so she doesn't know. What are you hiding? And we see John going through his plans. It's a lot of flashback stuff, and they're trying to get their escape. They arrive. Let's go. Stop! You're yelling. Sorry. Will you just? I'm sorry, Florette. There's just not much time. A planet jumper? Those are illegal. How did you? I'll explain everything once we're safe. Nowhere is safe, John. It can be. Oh, sorry. This is the part where, no, sorry, it's his wife. Nowhere is safe, John. It can be off planet. Just going somewhere, Chief Hunter. We've been screaming your name. You shut us out. We're offended. I shut everyone out. Who are these people? I know them from the ward, crime bosses who sold curse corpses to the health council. What is this scum doing here, John? And the whole time he's just like trying to keep things together. He's trying to keep his wife calm and everything. He can't explain everything. She has to see it. And now it's all coming apart. And of course, just like true scum underbelly, they're just like, did you think we're going to like let you get off planet and all this stuff happen? Like, you're just working for us, you idiot, So they betray him. He's just like, what? You'll destroy everything, You still think you can make demands? John, no. Kim, Miria, what's happening? What did you do, John? I'm so hot. I'm scared, Just don't look at the flames, Florette. You were a bagman, Johns. After everything you've done for us, you thought we were what, friends? You actually thought we'd help you? The world's ending. You think we really wanted it in an info cell? And they're just like letting him have it, and his world's falling apart around him. And it sucks that a lot of people aren't going to get to appreciate this because they don't like Rossmo's art. But it's not my favorite either. But it works on Mars. It really works for me. So this story, maybe that's why it's my favorite. Excuse me. Anyways, they all get caught. The criminals all get caught in the curse. So they're like in the middle of them, like, you're all, they're like, oh shit, they're pissed off. You'll burn too. Don't look at them. Miria, Kim, come here. I'll figure something out. No, John. What do you mean, no? Come to me, please. Everything they said. Miria, this is what you hid from us? No, Miria, wait. They knew you well. This is what was in your hermitage, isn't it? You're just like, oh man, you can just feel this guy's like, he just wants to save his family. And now you've been lying to us the whole time. I just wanted to protect you, both of you. And then she's trying to console the kid. So did I, John, but not like this. Please just come to me. And it's just like, oh man, everything that he's done he's just horrified that this fate is going to happen. And then all of a sudden the kid starts burning. And you're like, oh shit. No, how? We're out of the thought stream. I'm sorry, Dad. I was so scared when the ship blew up. I didn't know what to do. No, Kim, I told you not to. She's a child. She went into the thought stream, desperate for something that felt safe. And I went in to get her. So now his wife's, burning in the curse too. I love you, John. I know your soul. You did what you thought you had to, and I'm sorry. But it's so she's now dying and confessing. There's no time to hold grudges and be pissed off and you just like, geez, damn, what is up with the phone calls today? All right. So back to where we were. He's just like, no, it's going to be okay. Just look at me. Just keep looking at me. And then this page. Holy shit. Bruce Wayne, you ain't got nothing on Martian Manhunter. Oh my goodness. Just sees his family ripped apart. And it's the horror on his face. No. You can't be gone. You can't. And he's just like holding the slime of their bodies. Look at this. By Haranmir, not without me. And look at the world burning. Gosh, this was an emotional issue. And then it's like, I wanted to join them in the fire, Diane. To be with them, to put my family ahead of everything, even my own soul. And so this is where it happens, where he gets warped away. And we know from the previous issues how he gets to Earth. I got a second chance. I never said it out loud before. I can't change the past. The only thing I can do is tell you everything. Yeah, well, it's a good start. There is a human trafficking ring here, Jones, the Vulture Cartel. I've got the pieces. I've got the good intel on where they could be hiding. They could have Ashley Adams, but I can't go in alone. And you're here pouring your heart out. I have to trust you, at least one more day. You need what I know, and I need what you've been hiding all along, this thing you are. Maybe I can't save Ashley, but maybe Martian Manhunter can. And you're like, oh yeah. The White Knight is awesome, get it? And now, issue 7, Fight Farm. I don't know why, but this cover reminds me of Pink Floyd. I do know why, because of the pigs, but so they're at this farm talking about intel. They're going to raid it, and it's this human traffickers, and the cops show up, and it's just typical. No, it's typical. It's just like a SWAT raid. The guys resist, so it turns into a big gunfight. And one guy's running away. It's like, Jones, you and me gotta run her. Come on. You making me run, Jones? He is. Okay, so guy's got some cardio for a cartel stooge. Ashley could be down there. That's the girl that or these two at least, are looking for. Then that's where we're going. Obviously a trap. Our case. Better we spring it than our people. You're going to erase my memory, Jones. You change shape. I may not like you not being John, but we're stepping into the lion's den. If there's anything else you can do, damn it, now's the time. And John's like, I can't be that person anymore. I haven't been a Martian since Hurdell stole me from this planet, And he's, so they're talking about she's asking him kind of about his powers, and they step out of the elevator down, and there's like armed security guys in like high-tech suits with this weirdo. What? You afraid of the badges? Take them out. And then it's another gunfight, and they're shooting people. And I know what you did to the Good Huntsman. You told me. You can do more. We're cornered. Please, Diane, don't make me do this. I'm telling you, damn it. Anyone up there? This is Meade. And she's now radioing for help because Jones is resistant. And finally, he disappears. Jones? And now it's Manhunter. What force? What the hell is that? What could possibly be attacking? Something's in the room. And you kind of see satisfaction on his face, getting to do what he does, but for good. John, what? Our guns! And, he's taking them out. And, of course, all this is kind of happening in minds. This is telepathy, as far as I'm understanding. The dust, someone is moving. Behind you! And so they take everyone else down, and they bust through the final door that was being protected, and we get this guy. You can't stop us. Mr. V will activate another cell. And John's like, something's going on. This man is human. The local thought stream, it feels like home. There's something here. I feel it. Emotional residue. But not Ashley's. Others. Moon of Mars. The light turns on. And then they see this. Man, this book is disgusting. I kind of see why they chose Riley Rossmo to draw these horrific deals. Now we see John thinking to himself, the fright film, trauma, just like Adam's house. Meade's talking to him out loud. What the hell are these things, John? This is all, the backup is coming. They don't know what they're walking into. I don't know about you. The thoughts stink. Jones? Just like the precinct, Charn. He said his names. He's piecing it all together. Tell me. Because he's like, do you know something that only you could? I do know, Diane. There's no escaping it. This was someone else. A monster like me beneath Middleton. No, stop it. It's under my skin. It's in me. Get it out. Powerful screams, Mr. Freeman. You're doing better than most. They had already begun to reject this treatment at this point, but you're stronger. And he's like, as my process goes, you're nearly novel. So he's doing some experiments, and then the experiment ends up going wrong. And no, not again. It was just like all the others. I can hear you. I don't think you want me to, but I can. I'm the only one who can. And there's Ashley. Aren't I? This process, whatever you did to me, I know it's killing everyone else. Maybe you should just give up. Stop hurting these people when you know it's not working. Hurt? Ashley Adams, I have been imprisoned in this body for hundreds of thousands of years. Your pain is nothing next to my own. You humans do not change your shape. Your cells feel differently than the mitochondrians. Somewhere in your DNA lies the keys to healing myself, freeing myself. So we get his motives. He's trying to... This is a prison. What do the Martians do? I kind of skipped over when he was originally imprisoned. They lock you into form. They freeze you. So his body is sort of his prison. And to a Martian, I guess that's a really terrible thing. So he's slightly gone crazy and evil since. So he's basically telling her his motives and his plan of trying to figure it out and free himself. Basically saying, the police are in vain. They're not coming to save you. That fool John's mind is fractured and weak beneath me. You are alone. No one is coming. So, got the raid, and now we get some time with John and Diane, and she's starting to warm up to him after him saving her life and everything. And he says, you're being nice because I saved your life. Reading my mind, damn mind again? No, I just know you. But Meade, we have to keep my secret. Do what? Those bodies were part Martian. When we close this case, people will see those nightmares and never accept me because of it. They'll never trust me. You won't either. We can drink and clink, but you said it yourself. We're only partners till Ashley Adams is safe. Jones? No, Meade, I get it. You know what happened on Mars. You know I failed my family, my people, all my mistakes. You know who John Johns is. Look, John, I'm not being nice. Today did work. No matter how you felt, no matter what you wanted to do, what you did, you weren't John Jones, but you were my partner. And as for who John Johns is, flashback, I'm sorry, Diane. I worked my whole life for this. You should never have been someone else. You'll never be John again. Not to me. But after today, I'm willing to give you, the real you, a chance after all. That's what John Jones did for me. And it's time you found out how. Next, Jones and Meade, year 1. So we're going to get her story. And this is great stuff. I really am liking this book. I totally understand the art. You don't need me to tell you. You can have your own opinions. But this is the best stuff I've ever read from Steve Orlando. I do like origin stories. I think they make for the best hero stories. Understanding what motivates someone to be a hero. I really like the John Jones character, how Orlando's writing him. I like the detective case. I really love the stuff back on Mars, the tragedy story, the feeling of what this guy is going through. It's made a character that I've always just thought was kind of a cool sounding name and a cool looking character, but I didn't know anything really about him, into something now I could feel for. So kudos for this book. I do recommend it. If you haven't started it by now, it's over the halfway point. It's a 12-issue maxi series. Maybe get the trade. But this is 4 stars, and I hope you appreciated me talking about this book and what makes it so special. The only knock on it is the art. And it's not so much that the art is bad as that it's subjective. I don't think Rossmo's a bad artist. He's just one of those really weirdo stylized guys that likes to draw this way. And I do think otherwise his skill at framing shots and his visual storytelling is on. He obviously can draw backgrounds. He doesn't just, hire, put a bunch of color nonsense. And I do feel the emotion between these characters in these scenes. So that's my take on this. This has been Ash on Martian Manhunter, issues 5, 6, and 7. What'd you think, Stan? Yeah, thumbs up. Forky, is it trash? Nope. Forky has certified this is not trash. So leave your comments below. Like, subscribe. It does help, please. I'm a small fish YouTuber. I don't get paid for anything, but it's nice to reach out and meet new people. Put your comments below. Anything you want to talk about relating Martian Manhunter. Join us on Discords in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.